And to Maria Cobb, or Mariah Cobb, the girl that put that post up after he died, saying that her pussy was so good he couldn't move, why would you do that? That was very disrespectful. It was uncalled for. Listen, people will do anything to go viral. I'm a comedian. I do things to go viral. Yes, I do. But when it comes to certain things, I don't play with people's deaths and shit like that. This man was iconic and a very, very important symbol to African Americans on television for many years. And for you to do that and stink up his legacy like that with a bullshit ass post like that, I'm sorry, but you a funky bitch for that. In Chicago, we used to say, you fucking scallywag. That was some scallywag ass shit. I just want to let you know that you've earned it. So whoever has a problem with that with me, hey man, ready for the smoke. Can't wait to see the comments. But that was fucking disrespectful. Shame on you for that. My heart goes out to John Amos. Rest in peace, King. And thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful, iconic African-American figure for American television and movies and all of that. And he was so believable as a father. He reminded me of my father, you know, because I have an older sister and I have a younger brother. Our setup was exactly the same like it was in Good Times. Unfortunately, we only got to see him for 3 seasons because he got killed off because he spoke up about the sitcom turning too buffoonish. And he spoke to Norman Lear and the producers, and he said, I think that Jimmy Walker, is being a little bit too buffoonish for the sitcom. And then they fired him after that because he stood up for dignity, you know? And you have to understand too, he played James Evans Sr. And Esther Rolle, who was Florida Evans on the show, they wanted the show initially to just be her as a single mom, real racist, stereotypical bullshit. And Esther Rolle said, no, I need to have a father figure in this sitcom. Because you have to understand, Esther Rolle came from Maude. B. Arthur had a sitcom called Maude in the 70s, and Esther Rolle played the role of the maid on that sitcom, and then they gave her a spinoff. Right? There were a lot of spinoffs happening during that time, and she had her own show, and she fought for a father figure. And he was probably one of the best father figures. And there's been a lot of father figures on TV, but John Amos's character of father figure was, to me, the best, the strongest. You know, he didn't take no crap. He loved his family. He set his children straight. They respected him as a man. He was a tough guy, strong black male figure. And it's really a sad week that he's gone, you know. And every time I see him, I think about the song, keeping your head above water, making a wave when you can, temporary layoff, good times. And, you know, God bless his family, his son, his daughter. I know he was going through some things, too, with his children. He was going through some familial abuse by one of his kids. You know, there was a lot of stuff going on with him. And it's a shame that that happened. But bless his family and the cast of Good Times, because Esther Rolle is gone. Ralph Carter, who played Michael, Bernadette Stanis, who played Thelma, and of course Jimmy Walker are still alive. And you know, my heart goes out to them because he was such a powerful figure, even though he only did 3 seasons, but he made a staple. And Good Times wasn't the same when he left. And he was fantastic in Die Hard 2. He was amazing in, you remember, Coming to America. He was Mr. McDowell. He was fantastic. So he was so great in comedy and also in drama. And another thing he was in, he used to play small parts in Sanford and Son. He was Biggie Smalls in Uptown Saturday Night. If I'm right, it was Biggie Smalls in Uptown Saturday Night. That's where Biggie Smalls, that name came from. You know, you got B.I.G., baby, baby. Oh, legendary actor, movies, television. I actually had the pleasure of meeting John Amos. Took a photo with him, but I cannot find it. If I find it, I swear I will post it. I don't care how late it is. But yeah, I took a photo with him. I met him at the Comedy Cellar where I perform in New York City in the West Village, and he was doing a play right next door. And I walked into the Comedy Cellar and he goes, hey, I've seen you online. You're very talented. I was like, John Amos, holy shit. And we sat and talked for about 2 hours, man. He just talked about where he came from. He's from Newark, New Jersey, you know, 40s and 50s. He grew up in Newark, New Jersey. Just talked about him as an actor in theater, and I was just like, I'm in awe. I'm like, this is such a privilege to be blessed in his presence. He was a fantastic dude. He's such a proper speaking man, so articulate. He's like, yeah, I came up in Newark, New Jersey. I was a football player for a long time, and when you see him on Good Times, you go, Florida, I'm gonna tell you, Florida, I'm not having this in my house, Florida. I'm telling you, I can't find a damn job, Florida, baby. Listen, baby, I'm trying to do my best. He was such a fantastic actor that he could switch his dialect. My salute to you, brother.